Hello and welcome. I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today I'm answering your questions, healthy meal planning on a budget. And I know this is going to reach out to so many of you because everyone's budget seems to be squeezing a little bit tighter, and we wonder, can I really afford to eat healthy? Well, we're going to address that today on answering your questions. If you're ready to get your question answered, please join our private Facebook group, Biblical Nutrition Academy. And as you enter, we're going to say, what is your question? And if you don't do Facebook, I highly respect that. Just send us an email at info@thebiblicalnutritionist.com. Say question for Annette, and we will add that to our list of questions to answer here on YouTube. And then we also post these on our podcast, Biblical Nutrition Academy. And real quickly, I also do these videos so I can give away free product. And this is our Restore product. It's the 5-in-1. It's like the bomb. If you're like, I don't really want to take 5 different pills. Well, you don't have to. This has your enzymes, your pre and probiotics, your milk thistle, your dandelion, your beetroot, all of that for your liver and kidney cleansing, all in one product. So when I discovered this about a year and a half ago, I realized, okay, that is exactly what I'm looking for. But I always do the research so that you don't have to. Heavy metals are very prominent in most supplements. So I want to make sure the company that I buy from for my own family is not going to have any heavy metals. Heavy metals contribute to cancers, to hormonal imbalances, and you may say, I'm doing everything right, but I'm still having issues. Sometimes it's the supplements. So everything I recommend for you is going to have the purity seal that I approve of. Okay, now let's get started with today's questions. The question is, how do I plan balanced meals, pairing what with what, fats, carbs, etc.? Submitted by Rachel. Well, how do you plan healthy meals when it comes to protein, fats, and carbs? First of all, realize God didn't divide the food into categories. He created, He blessed, and then He offered it to us. And then His Word warns us, don't eat too much. 4 times in Scripture it mentions the word gluttony. When we are healthy, our body will crave what is lacking. When we're out of balance, the microbiome is going to crave sugars and processed foods. Now keep in mind all of the goodness that God delivered, and think about the seasons that they grow for your area. All plants that God called good for us are going to contain proteins, carbs, and even some fats. Although a little in some and more in others, such as avocados. That's definitely a high-fat food. Balance is more about what your body needs rather than a textbook answer. So I like your question, but let's put it down into more of a, how did God design us? So sometimes it's vegetables is that you're lacking. So a large salad with greens and other veggies is what you need. Other times you might have an increase in mental activity and you need more fats in your diet. If you need more energy to exercise, then you're going to add in more carbs. God created carbs, beans, lentils, and a lot of vegetables. And if you're looking for high antioxidants and you're dealing with cancer prevention, then we're looking at cruciferous and we're looking at berries and foods like that. If stamina is lacking, then we need to add in more protein, such as clean meats and fish, or even some beans and some lentils. So the best balanced meal is one that satisfies your microbiome, number 1, sends happy signals to your brain, number 2, is real food that God called good for you, number 3, and we get to see God's handiwork in it, number 4. Okay, now a more definitive answer, if you want more of a textbook, it would be 2 fruits per day, 3 meals with vegetables cooked and raw, add in 4 ounces of meat, beans could be a half a cup, lentils half a cup, and if you're doing cooked meats, then it's going to be 4 ounces. So yes, the end of that was the textbook answer. The beginning of that was how I really want you to look at foods, not to categorize them, but to really get your body back in balance. And when your microbiome is in balance, it's going to tell you what you need. And that's what I'm looking forward to. But until you get there, you can just follow that simple plan that I just gave you. This is an excellent question, and I really appreciate you for asking it. This question asked, I feel very unorganized when it comes to regular meal planning and cooking for our family. My 8-year-old son has developed picky eating habits due to us eating out so often. So how do I gradually and consistently get our house in order? Submitted by Amiga. Okay, this is a very good question. And so first, what we do is we make a decision that it's important for us and that we will be excited about every step along the way. Even we're going to be excited about the struggles. Then we explain why are we making these changes and how it will bless every person in the family. So what we're saying is try to get them on board, but don't stop even if they aren't really eager about it. So number 1, pray for fun ideas for your food at home. Take your child grocery shopping and say, okay, we're only buying food, we're only buying real food. Don't even go down that cereal aisle or the chips and candy aisle. That will totally blow it, and it'll blow your budget. Visit a farm or a farmer's market to avoid the distractions of the grocery store. Let the children or your spouse discover something new to try. And don't push the issue, but stay consistent. Number 2, food is not punishment and it's not reward. Number 3, meal times are set, and try to eat at the set times and not in between. Picky eaters like to control what they eat and when they eat, and this is a power battle, and it's one that you need to take control of now. Number 4, let the kids have a say in maybe one favorite meal per week. And I've got recipes in the Healthy Treasures cookbook on how to make your own chicken nuggets, how to make your own hamburgers with better ingredients. Start your own traditions. Friday is pizza night, Monday is spaghetti night, Tuesday is taco night, Thursday is a surprise night, Wednesday is must go. Everything must go, all leftovers. Many times the feeling of unorganized is because meal times have become such a battleground, and especially with the increased level of pickiness of young ones. And this is true not just in your home, but in most homes. And there are many contributing factors to this. Eating out is one of those, because eating out, eating junk food, no discipline between meals, and no energy to handle this battle, it just kind of all cascades. And then we need to change this. Eating out, eating junk food, all of that, what it does is it changes the microbiome. It lessens the amount of zinc in the child's body, which then creates pickiness. So choose one of the 5 suggestions that I just covered. Start with the first one and then add in another one when you're ready. Now, here are some rules you can add when you are ready. Eat out less than 3 times per week, and always eat by the 3 principles that I teach. Eat at the kitchen table as a family. The fact that you've asked this question means you are so ready to make this happen. So watch God do amazing things with your family. A question was submitted, how did you get your kids to eat better? Submitted by Jill. This is kind of a fun question. The answer is I didn't. I started out feeding them the cheapest foods just to satisfy them. I knew better, not as much as I know today, but I really loved my sugar, so I was happy to appease them with that. And we were on a very tight budget, so I thought cheap food was the answer. But then I started making my own homemade meals, and one of that is pizza. And after I learned how to mill my own wheat, I changed to my own wheat in the pizza, and this totally increased the nutritional value. And then I realized, wait a minute, I could do more. And so I also lessened the amount of cheese on the pizza, and I changed the quality of meats. So from there, I started finding farmers who raised chicken for eggs. I found beekeepers for my own honey. And so the foods and recipes that I prepare, they're not totally foreign or strange. And that's the purpose of the Healthy Treasures cookbook. So my husband said he would eat healthy as long as it tasted good. He didn't care what it was. So it's the same with our kids. They'll eat healthy as long as it tastes good. Are they going to eat avocados? No, that's a guaranteed. Don't even spend your money on it. But will he eat chickpeas? Yes, actually he does. He eats salads with no dressing, which is fine. So find the foods that they enjoy and then grow from that list. Now, in my cookbook, I have a recipe for chicken nuggets, black bean dip, and that black bean dip is better than anything you'd ever buy in the store. Build on what they do love, swap out ingredients, and then begin to stretch their food desires with new foods every once in a while. Joyce Rogers, she's the wife of the late Adrian Rogers. I went to her home and we did some video shoots with her, and she says, Annette, be sure and tell the women there, and most of the time she's talking to pastor's wife, she says, be sure and tell them, just don't go all in when you go into healthy living, because you could really lose some relationships that way. And so she learned the hard way. Like, she would forego any birthday cake because that was so horrible. She would forego all this because she thought it was so horrible. And it was, but yet it caused some divisions in the family. So she said, you know, just take it one step at a time. And that's what I'm sharing with you. Take it one step at a time. Allow for some what we call blue moon meals. You know, and a blue moon doesn't happen very often. Some of you are like, oh, I'm having a blue moon day today, tomorrow, and the next day. No, it's just every once in a while. Recognize that we can have any food you want as long as we keep building our microbiome. Unpicky people have a healthy microbiome. Picky eaters have an unhealthy microbiome. So we need to ask ourselves, do I really want to continue feeding in that unhealthy microbiome, or am I ready to help that body to change? You are so ready, and you can so do it. And I'm here to help you be confident in the kitchen, confident with the nutrition that you're feeding your family, but most importantly, I'm here to help you remember that God loves you. He loves you with an amazing love that is real and personable. And this request right here about how to get your family to eat healthy is exactly what He wants to hear, and He wants to bless you in this area. Well, I just want to thank you for these questions and for letting me share my heart with you. You can do this. You can so do this. Just remember to focus on, well, what did God create? And let that set your menu plan for the day. Now, let's get to today's winner. GGT placed a review of my book, 7 Foods of the Promised Land, on Amazon. And so you are the winner of our product today, the Restore. I'll put a link to Restore down below and a coupon code for those of you whose name I did not call. Well, GGT, be sure and send us an email at info@thebiblicalnutritionist.com so I can send you your free product. Now, if you want to get your question answered, please go to our private Facebook group, Biblical Nutrition Academy, and enter your question there. If you want a free product, then write a review of one of my books, either on Amazon or on our website, thebiblicalnutritionist.com. I can't wait to send this out because I am so in love. It's got everything in it that I want you to have. It's got the black pepper, it's got the beetroot, it's got the nettle, it has the dandelion root, it has the milk thistle, plus the enzymes and the probiotics and everything you need. So an incredible product all in one, and that's what I really like. Give it to me all in one where I don't have to take 5 pills. So I hope you enjoy this. Be sure and check out the link down below. And for the rest of you, thank you for letting me share with you God's recipe for excellent health.